looks like a hand and is roughly where a hand should be is enough evidence for the brain to make its best guess that the fake hand is in fact part of the body.
Day 3 of my self-retreat video project. The first 3 days, or the first 4 days, because it will be the case today as well, it doesn't really look like a retreat in terms of human connection. I'm still staying with my friend. He's leaving tomorrow, and practically speaking there is not much space for contemplating, for just clearly focusing on observing, going deeper inside. But if you look more closely, and I'm trying to look as closely as possible, this is as good as it gets to have good opportunity to contemplate on it, because I want to study myself, how I'm reacting, how I'm responding to certain, to different environments in all circumstances. So whenever I'm sitting alone and I'm alone for the whole day and I'm just focusing on contemplating and observing what's arising in my consciousness, as well as in situations where I'm, playing football, when I'm going out with friends, when I'm busy, basically, I want to practice being mindful in these situations as well, or maybe in these situations in the first place. So, like I say, it's as good as, any environment is good for practicing, for building self-awareness, and I want to use every moment to do that. So I'm trying to reconnect with myself, to go back inwards as often as I can. So even yesterday, for example, when I was walking alone on that, at that moment, I was indulging myself in walking very fast and listening to very loud music, and I really enjoyed that moment. I was feeling high in a way, and even in that moment, for some moments I try to, like I say, go inwards and just observe all my sensations, and even doing things, so such as I was even moving my hands, pretending that I'm rapping what someone else is rapping in my ears, and just enjoying this moment, but also being aware of the moment that I'm enjoying. So being aware of everything that I was able to notice. But practically speaking, like I say, there is not much space for traditional, regular contemplative activities, such as, for example, practicing meditation for a few hours in one day. And I want to have some days like that. So there is a question, like I mentioned, I'm staying with my friend, and it's been a great time. But in life there is moment for everything, unless there isn't. In life there is place for everything, unless there isn't. But in that case, there was time for spending some time together with somebody and with other people before as well, and there will be time for being alone for at least a few days. But during these 100 days, I will be spending a lot of time, or at least considerable amount of time, with other people on a regular basis. And there is a question in the context of my self-retreat, how I'm going to respond to days like this. Like, there is something between going to, telling all the people, I don't want to engage with you, I don't want to have anything to do with you because I need to contemplate and I have my self-retreat. which for 10 days, for example, or 2 weeks, or even 100 days in some situations, that could be fine, you know. Basically saying, I could say to all people I know, I don't want to be distracted for 100 days, and I'll just go somewhere else, and you know, that'll be fine. At the same time, maybe I could, the option 2, for example, another extreme would be to just, you know, give up on this self-retreat and, you know, just do whatever other people could expect from me. But the thing is, like, I don't even want to give out one answer, like, to if there are other people around me, if we are staying together, if we are going somewhere together, I should respond to it this way, for example, because it depends, like, what people I'm with, and what activities we are engaged in, and like what kind of situation that is, like what kind of environment we are in. All these factors matter, and I will obviously behave differently with someone who is, you know, meeting me just for 1-2 hours, for example, and they're not interested in meditation, in self-awareness. And I will behave differently with someone who will stay with me, for example, for weeks or 2 weeks or 2 months, or we will live together until, you know, like we will live together in a monastery or something like this. And we are all interested in the subject. Obviously, we can actually work together, and this can actually improve the process of this self-retreat. So what I'm trying to say is that it's actually great learning point. Every different situations, every different situation will be a great learning opportunity for me to go back to myself, to reconnect with myself, to go inward, observe myself in this situation, and then respond mindfully, hopefully. At least trying to respond mindfully, and trying to be aware of the concepts in my mind, that if there is a person, I should behave like this, or I should respond like this. Be aware of that, but try to just take it into account, but try to look more closely, and maybe go beyond go beyond the concepts conditioned. Go beyond the concepts available in my conditioned mind, if that makes sense. So it concerns dealing with people, but it concerns dealing with everything else, not just people. So every single situation, from my perspective, should be dealt with individually, and the learning point here is just being aware of this, like I said, I'm repeating myself now, sorry about it. Being aware of these concepts, and just being aware that they are just concepts, they are not reality, and that's very important. So the takeaway point from this stream of thoughts that I'm having today is to respond to everything individually, without any dogmas, any set rules that would be correct for every situation, because I don't know any rules that would be, I don't know any set of rules that would be sustainable, like extremely sustainable and extremely I would say relevant for every single situation. So yeah, so that's definitely something I want to learn to do, just to be as aware as possible, to make a habit of basically going inwards before responding to any situation, unless I'm, as conditioned as, I'm conditioned in a way that I will respond automatically, which in certain behaviors such as self-defense is good, but then just whenever the right time comes, being aware of how I reacted and maybe self-reflect on that. So yet again, all priorities are the same: self-reflection, self-awareness, and you know, that's just something I want to keep practicing for the next 98 days. So that's the highest priority, and that's why I started like a few days before I'm going to implement my, you know, diet habits and more strict daily schedule, which I'm definitely planning to do from the day after tomorrow or so. The day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to spend my day on like basically planning my daily schedules, planning my planning my strategies for every areas that I want to improve. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, I really appreciate everybody who joined this project, who is interested, who want to learn with me. So once again, thank you very much for that, and I wish you all the best. Bye.